Check, check, mic check. Hello, hello, hello. Hell yeah. Alright. Dude, yeah, you should always have NVIDIA. What's the NVIDIA thing? I always have the NVIDIA thing on. We're just constantly, like, recording every 5 minutes of gameplay. Oh, wait, I'm talking. Oh, I'm talking. I don't know if you hear me. so sad. My fucking pocket healer, bro. How am I supposed to... I don't want to play warrior anymore. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? That's the rock that killed it. All you had to do was like wait a second, like not even. Yeah, I lost like 10, 20 feet just by like fucking around and not jumping and looking on. Oh! Oh my god! You like a fucking needle in a haystack. Oh, that's. But like to be fair. Good to know that Alliance Horde is actually really close to DM though. I always thought it was way further. That's so funny that the video tells you to jump off the only dangerous like side. Dude, I downvoted his video. I hope you downvote his video too. Jesus fuck, dude. my god, we're in fucking Deadmon, this horde! In classic hardcore, dude! Can't wait to actually fucking pull the whole boat and murder everyone. Oh! If you even get that far. How many other places wipe? Goblins.
art and replace that. Drawing anime girls should not replace walking a mile. It doesn't make sense.
Everybody else, and I do something about it. But until we have that, or until they can approve it, but we're not going to go through the big deal. I am the one that saved Obamacare, I will say, and I did the right thing. I could have done the more political thing and killed it, and all I had to do is starve it to death.
You did try to have your Justice Department effectively kill it, though,
No,
sir.
kill it.
Oh, and then another thing is that for all school meals, meat only. You have hamburgers on Mondays and Thursdays. You have chicken on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then on Friday, you got steak. Vegans? As I said, meat only. We want people to be healthy. Maybe you can make a garden out in the back for like the rabbits or something, and then the vegans can go out there. Maybe have fish? Yeah, fish alternative. Meat every day. That's the way it is. What about fish? Fish is fine.
From a legal standpoint,
Yep.
but from a physical standpoint, I made it work.
In your
Steak.
concepts of a plan, sir, will people with pre-existing conditions still have coverage, and can you guarantee their prices will not go up?
The answer is yes, they'll have coverage. You have to have it.
And what about their
Because
prices?
you know what?
What about their prices, sir?
I want the prices to go down. I want to have better health care for less money. And there are ways of doing it, I believe. And I
You
have
have to take out the middlemen that are making money off of it for no fucking reason. I mean, I gotta say, like, Luigi was right with that. Like, healthcare insurance is a fucking scam. It shouldn't exist. I think you shouldn't shoot the people that work there, but he was fucking right. He's completely right.
I have the smartest people in that world. You know, that's a separate world unto itself. I have the smartest people in that world looking at it and trying. And if they come up with something, I will present it. Now, maybe you won't be able to sell it. But if we get better health care for less money, I believe it's very saleable.
Just very quickly, when will we see your fully developed plan? When are you going to show
I don't know
the
that you'll
public
see it at all. I can only say that we have some of the best healthcare people. I've always
That's reassuring.
tinkered with it. I think it's a little hard to explain. Obamacare, when I took it over, was a disaster. And I made it
It has
workable.
insured 20 million people.
Yeah, because of me. Because of me.
Oh, man. Jesus.
If you look at what I did, I was
You
the
tried
one.
to-
I made it good.
You
yeah,
tried to
legally.
repeal and replace it. You tried to
because
kill
if I
it,
repealed
sir.
it and replaced it, we would have had a better system because we wouldn't have had health care. And the Democrats would have been forced to do something. If we wouldn't have had it, the Democrats would have been forced to do something that they wouldn't do if we have it.
Yep. Insurance companies fine. They just need regulation. In Europe, you have it, and they basically can't deny anything. Hospital deals with them directly. You never hear anything about it. It's just like utilities. Yeah, maybe that'd be a better solution. Yeah, sure. It was a disaster because of Obama. Saved 20 million because of him. This guy's dope. Yeah, for sure. So, Wade, want to say Conda's been great lately? Thanks, man. Yeah. Was Obamacare really that bad? It helped me a lot when I needed coverage. Obamacare had a lot of good things, like, for example, how you couldn't deny people for pre-existing conditions. The thing is that a lot of people, it was so long ago now, people don't remember how much of trouble it was for people to get healthcare coverage when you could deny them based off of pre-existing conditions. So it's kind of like an issue where basically, so it increased the cost because obviously, like, the reason why okay, so let me take a step back. How do insurance companies make money? They make money by averaging against actuarial tables, which are basically degrees of risk. They look at somebody's age, they look at all of their demographics, and then they have a calculator for how much money this person will probably cost. So basically, when you have to add in people that are really big draws on that, so like, for example, you add in somebody who's disabled, right? Somebody has cerebral palsy, for example. This is going to massively increase the average. So if you have an average of people that are relatively healthy, you can afford to keep your premiums lower and maintain the same profit, right? And so, again, the profit, you could say, is the problem, but this is a for-profit company, so we're just going to assume that's what's going to happen. And so what happens is that the insurance companies, what they do is they effectively try to take the people out of the system that would cost a lot of money. Because, like, these are the people, the extremes, that raise everybody else's costs up. And so that's what the insurance companies used to do, and then they became compelled to have to give them insurance anyway, which is how it should have been. Oh. Bro. He's not even the president, he's doing this shit. State 51. It was a pleasure to have dinner the other night with Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada. I look forward to seeing the governor again so that we may continue to talk, our in-depth talks on tariffs and trade, the results of which will truly be spectacular for all. Donald J. Trump. The governor of Canada. This can't be real? I used to think that. Jesus, how's he posting this much? He doesn't give a fuck. He actually doesn't give a fuck now. This is going to be insane. America's going to start building monuments again. Any person investing $1 billion or more in the United States will receive fully expedited approvals and permits. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. Oh, this is him retweeting Biden falling asleep. President of our lifetime about him. Oh my fucking God.
Let's talk about Project 2025. This is the conservative policy blueprint. You disavowed it during the campaign. You called it a product of the radical right.
Yeah.
You've said some of their ideas were abysmal.
I said some of it is. Some of it is very...
I love how it gets elected. I never said... Of course we're going to do Project 2025. Yeah, I mean, duh.
very good. Some
Okay.
of it's very mainstream, actually. Frankly, the Democrats should have used some of it because they went, with all the transgender that they were doing and with the men playing in women's sports.
Well,
if they wouldn't have done that, maybe they would have done better.
Well,
Trump's right. He's completely right. This was a huge wedge issue with a lot of people because it was a direct insult to people's intelligence.
so you
He's
take me to
totally
my
right.
question. You're now giving people involved in Project 2025 prominent roles in your administration. Are you changing your mind about Project 2025? Is this now the policy blueprint for the second Trump administration?
Some people, if you take a look at the group, it was hundreds of people were involved. And I was actually, I reprimanded the whole group. I said, you shouldn't have placed this document in front of the voters because I have nothing to do with it and I'm the one that's running. You had no right to do this where you put a 1,000-page document in front, and many of those things I disagree with. Now, many of those things I happen to agree with. Many of those things Democrats should have agreed to, and I think they would have done much better in the election because they got slaughtered.
Well, I guess people see the list: Russ Vought, Brendan Carr, Peter Navarro, John Ratcliffe, Pete Hoekstra, Monica Crowley.
The inventor has some intentions. Yeah, it's pretty obvious, that she's not a fan of Trump. Yeah.
They think these are all of the people who were involved in or writing Project 2025. This must be a blueprint for work requirements, eliminating the Head Start program, criminalizing pornography. Is that what we can expect
Well, I don't
to
know
see?
how they voted. I don't know. I never spoke to them actually about it, and I purposely, and I told you, normally it would be just the opposite. I'd review every page. I purposely didn't even want to see it because when somebody like you asked me a question about Project 2025, I can honestly say I've never seen it. I have nothing to do with it. I didn't read it, but
I believe that. I don't think you read it. I don't think he did. Does anybody actually think he read it? Of course not.
I did hear some things in there that I would totally disagree with.
Yeah.
And I said to the people that were really the people behind it, you know who those people are? I said, you really had no right doing this to me because they used it as a soundbite, the Democrats. And I don't know, it couldn't have been too effective because they got slaughtered, but they did use it as a soundbite.
But to people who see, he's bringing in all of these people from Project 2025, he must know what it is.
Well,
you say what?
I don't know what it is, no. I don't know what it is.
Why the fuck would I read it? Here's the reason why. Is like, I'm sure there's something, if it's a 1,000-page document, there's probably something in Project 2025 that I agree with. But like, it doesn't mean I agree with everything. It's like, you can't look at an idea and be like, okay, well, you have a shopping basket full of ideas. You have to take the entire basket and take everything at the same time. No. There are ideas that exist independently, and if this is a good idea, then do it. If it's not, then don't. It's very simple.
You still don't know
But
what
I
it is?
heard
All these
certain
people
things
are
that I
coming
didn't
in for
like.
your-
And by the way,
Yeah.
I heard certain things that are phenomenal.
Like what?
Oh.
Like law and order. We want law and order. Okay? Little things like let's put prisoners in jail. Let's not let people come out and raid every drugstore in Manhattan so that we have to put glass up and every store is going out of business.
I think a lot of people agree with that. I mean, I know I do. I think that the majority of people agree with that. Is that not already the law? No, it's not. Well, I mean, so basically they did this for a while. I don't know if they still are doing it, where basically they said that if you stole something of less of, I think it was $1,000, they weren't going to like go after you. So like that's what it was. Enforce the law? Yeah, right. And so, and this is why like a lot of the stores now, I mean, I swear to God, I mean, the jewelry stores have less security than a fucking CVS in some of these photos I see. I'll be right back.
And what did they do? They deleted and destroyed a whole year and a half.
Don't you think the leader should know the ideology and plans of those that they lead? His excuse is that you never read it for months is just ignorance by admission at this point. No, I don't think that I don't think that all of those ideas have to exist inside of each other. Yeah, I don't think you need to read, like, people have like a very strong adherence to like an all or nothing perspective where it's like, you either have to agree with all of these things or none of them, or you have to agree with another group of all of these things or none of them. The fact is that there are a lot of ideas that people have that are good independently of other ideas that are also bad.
And what did they do? They deleted and destroyed a whole year and a half worth of testimony. Do you know that I can't get? I think those people committed a major crime.
Sir.
And Cheney was behind it.
Well,
and so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee.
We're going to...
For what they did,
Yeah.
honestly, they should go to jail.
So you think Liz Cheney should go to jail?
For what they did.
Everyone on the committee, you think
I think
should go to
everybody
jail.
anybody that voted in favor.
Are you going to direct your
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
FBI director and
No.
your attorney general to send them to
No,
jail?
not at all. I think that they'll have to look at that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to focus on drill, baby, drill.
When you say that,
on
it carries
strengthening the-
weight, though. You know, you've tapped these people to lead the Justice Department and FBI.
None of these important people are going to jail. They're not going to jail, guys. I know, obviously, it feels good to think about maybe it's going to happen. It's not going to happen.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they're too rich.
Right?
Yeah, if you
And
have a
what did they
lot of
do?
money and you're in politics like this, very, very unlikely that's going to happen. Extremely unlikely. Reporters baiting? Yeah, sure. I think it's really good to talk about your health insurance, insight with the history of it, give more context to your opinion as CEO. Yeah, I'm starting to understand. No doubt. I mean, I actually think healthcare is one of those things that it's probably, like, it should be a top 3 issue for people, but I think that it's not, and it should be.
Let me ask you this about
It's
January
amazing.
6th.
I wish you could be if you know, you have such potential. If you could be just non-biased.
Oh, God.
You hurt yourself so badly. I'm telling you, they deleted and destroyed all the evidence. Everyone knows it. And you slough it off like it doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm
If
just
I
saying
did
they
it,
deny it. That's all I'm saying.
Kristen, if I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me.
Let me
They have done something so illegal.
I don't
Let
know
me
what
ask
this
you
is about. It's about January 6th. Oh, God, not again. Here we go.
If you go back 25 years ago, you had very little autism. Now you have it. I mean,
Well, they say because they're better at identifying it.
1 in 100,000, and now it's 1 in 100. That's a pretty bad number.
Childhood vaccines
I mean,
have
something
present-
is going on. I don't know if it's vaccines. Maybe it's chlorine in the water, right? You know, people are looking at a lot of different things.
You know,
I
childhood...
think that there needs to be an investigation into the question that is a very big problem right now, is that why are kids so fucking retarded? Is it because of vaccines, chlorine in the water, food, the internet, anime, video games? I don't know. But there's a problem. It's a big problem. Huge problem. I don't think it's vaccines. That's stupid. I don't think that he thinks that either. The only people that think that are dumb. Well, here we go. Fluoride? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fucking... what am I talking about? I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't fucking know whether it's fluoride. It's probably not. But, like, yeah, I don't think so.
Everything. So childhood vaccines have prevented about 4 million deaths around the world every year.
I think that's
so
great.
isn't
It's a
that-
lot.
I'm all for it. I think it's great. Hey, look, I'm not against vaccines. The polio vaccine is the greatest thing. If somebody told me get rid of the polio vaccine, they're going to have to work real hard to convince me. I think certain vaccines are incredible. But maybe some aren't. And if they aren't, we have to find out.
Everything. So
I think that the problem is that, so you're saying there's a chance? Well, yeah, of course, right? Of course you should look at vaccines. The entire issue is that, and this is the problem that happened with COVID, is that the people like they hold in high regard the what do you call it? Like the conclusions of science, but when they should hold in regard is the process of science. There are a lot of scientific experiments that are done, that have been done, that prove that cigarettes are good for you. Or they prove that, you know, like all kinds of stupid things. Drinking Coca-Cola, you know, doesn't hurt your teeth or something like that. And these things, by the way, were paid for by the cigarette companies and they were paid for by Coca-Cola. But that doesn't matter, right? Because you should be able to reproduce a study and create a result. I think that the whole context about like the idea of like settled science, very, very big mistake. Huge mistake. Like how vaccines studies paid for by big pharmaceutical companies? Yeah, of course. Of course you should be, yeah, you weren't allowed to question a research without massive backlash. That's the reason, see, like this guy's bringing up a really good point, and I think this is what happened, is that, and this is also coming from a person that, so I never got the vaccine, but I'm not against it either. I'm in general, like just against any sort of like medical stuff. I'm very, very weird with medical stuff. I didn't get it. And basically, I would wear a mask. I could easily see, okay, you should wear a mask, right? You should social distance. You should do that. Yeah, for sure. So I'm a person that I listen to what scientists say because I think they know it better than I do. And how could I know it better than they do? I don't even know what I don't know, right? And so I have no problem to do that. But at the same time, this is what really damaged a lot of the credibility. It's that nobody could ask questions or say, well, what about this? I mean, people are allowed to question 9/11. They're allowed to question whether, you know, an election was rigged. They're allowed to question whether JFK was killed by the CIA. They're allowed to question anything, but you can't question COVID. And also, you know, at the same time, a lot of the COVID research and like the people that are making these vaccines are private companies. If you tell people that they're not able to question the outcomes of private companies, you're going to have a bad time. Very, very bad time. Notice how no one questioned Trump winning? They did. They did. They absolutely did. For-profit companies? Yeah, exactly. And we test for 6 months. And I think that, again, expressing trepidation should not be met with, like, a platform ban. I got the vaccine. I have a rule. If I see people dying IRL, the problem is the internet with stupid ideas are able to grow in a fart chamber of the internet. Yeah, and, like, from my perspective with, like, COVID, I just tried to just take a reasonable approach to it that a well-reasoned, rational person would take. I tried to stay away from people that I think, you know, I could transmit it to. I tried to, you know, like not touch things whenever I went out in public. I wore a mask because I thought it would maybe reduce the transmission. Like that logically made sense to me. I feel like, sure. Yeah, of course I would do those things. I mean, I just, it's not like I like wouldn't see anybody or not do anything, but like, sure, of course. It's just like, yeah, it's just reasonable like reductions in risk. You still didn't wash your hands after peeing though? Yeah, but I did. I would actually go home. This sounds crazy, but I would actually wash my hands when I got home. And I would use soap.
This is your first interview since you won the election.
Congratulations.
Yes,
I hope you do well.
congratulations to you.
I hope you do well with it.
Yes.
I love how he says congratulations to the news station that he wins. Oh, man. Oh, God.
And, sir, I don't have to tell you this because you've talked about it. It comes at a time when the country is deeply divided. And now you're going to be leading this country for the next 4 years. For the sake of unifying this country, will you concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter?
No. No. Why would I do that?
Oh, God. He still thinks it's fucking rigged. Like, by the way, guys, it's funny. I don't think it was rigged. I never thought it was rigged. But holy shit.
Concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter.
No. No. Why would I do that?
Oh,
Let me
God.
just tell you,
You
when
will
you
never
say the
concede.
country is deeply divided, I'm not the president. Joe Biden's the president.
But you're going to be the president.
No. I'm not the president. So when you say it's deeply divided, I agree. But Biden's the president, I'm not. And he has been a divider. And you know where he divided it more than anything else, and it probably backfired on him, I think definitely, is weaponization. When he weaponized the Justice Department and he went after his political opponent, me, he went after his political opponent.
I do think that the average person in the public sees that, and unless they are like kind of, any average person sees that they're prosecuting Trump. Like, this is, if I was a Walmart American, I would see Hunter Biden, who's playing Grand Theft Auto in real life, and I would see Trump, and I would say Trump's on trial, Trump's going to go to jail for a bunch of these things, and then Biden is Hunter Biden isn't. I mean, this is, no, there's obviously some bullshit happening. You're too bright for the window, am I? Ooh.
Violently, because he knew he couldn't beat him, and I think it really was a bad thing, and it really
Maybe it's when I turn towards here,
divided our
because my
country.
forehead. Yeah, that's what it is. It's very hypocritical of Biden. Exactly. And I think that that's the reason why a lot of people probably didn't take it seriously. Hunter was being prosecuted, what? Yeah, but like, let's be real. How else, like, what do you think the reason is? Here's the issue. If Hunter Biden was your average guy, do you think that he would be in jail? With that much evidence of smoking crack and drinking and driving, would he be in jail? Everybody knows that. Everybody fucking knows that. And everybody knows why he's not. That's it. So you can't ask people to respect the justice system when that is right there in front of them.
And the reason is because I'm able to go on a show, even like yours, even though you're very hostile, I'm able to go on a show like yours. No, you are.
Well, hopefully you thought it was a fair interview. We covered a lot of policy ground.
It's fair only in that you allowed me to say what I say, but the answers, the questions are, pretty nasty. But look, because I've seen you interview other people like Biden, and
I've never interviewed President Biden.
when I say you, I'm talking metaphorically.
Okay.
I've seen George Stephanopoulos interview Biden, and he's a tough interviewer. It's the softest interview. I've seen CNN interview him. They give these soft, what's your favorite ice cream? It's a whole different deal. I don't understand why. You would think the press would like to see strong borders, great education, a powerful military, so we have a country left, and all these different things.
Yeah.
And somehow they don't want to see that. And the reason is because
Yep, they do. Different interviewer, move on. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I think that's pretty much.
This is your first.
Is that all of them? Yes, I believe that is all of them. Oh God. Yeah. I think it's going to be crazy if he undoes the birthright citizenship. I wonder how they're going to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It's common sense stuff. Oh, well, a lot of things I think are. Yeah, and do her eyes make me uncomfortable? I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? I mean, I usually don't even think about that. But sure, I'd be pissed if nobody asked me what my favorite ice cream is. Yeah, true. What about forced Christianity? I think that students should learn in school. I think you should learn about all of the Abrahamic religions. You should learn about Islam. You should learn about Christianity. And you should also learn about Judaism. And I think also you should learn about Hinduism and Chinese, like Buddhism. I think you should learn about all of that. You should learn about it from the perspective of having an educated viewpoint on the way that people in the world will see the world.
tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise. Now you're making me angry.
Health warning.